Welcome. In this presentation, we're going to show you how you can fund your college education and pay off old college loans. College loans are often the worst kind of debt as they're never forgiven. Even filing bankruptcy, you can erase personal debt, but not your college loans. They can follow you to the grave. Why commit to college loans when you can now crowdfund? The choice is yours. Be in debt for life to this guy, or be free? The world's changing. The internet, Facebook, mobile phone apps, and now crowdfunding. So what is crowdfunding? Well, Wikipedia says crowdfunding is the practice of funding a project or a venture by raising monetary contributions from a large number of people, typically via the internet. Even Forbes magazine said recently, crowdfunding is the next big trend. Crowdfunding is a worldwide phenomena that is now helping to make the dreams of people just like you and me come true every day. To the tune of $5.1 billion in 2013, over $10 billion in 2014, and the World Bank estimates it will reach over $96 billion within the next 10 years. Crowdfunding is a powerful new global economy. In 2013, Facebook and crowdfunding were neck and neck, with Facebook grossing just about $6 billion in 2013 and crowdfunding grossing just a little over $5 billion in the same year. And now, with crowdfunding reaching over $10 billion in 2014, it's outperforming Facebook by billions. Bigger than Facebook? Now that's powerful. Powerful enough to fund any college tuition, big or small. So why did 70% of the students that graduated in 2014 leave college in debt? And it was a big debt. It was over $1 trillion. Talk about waking up every morning with a 7-ton elephant on your back. Better to have the elephant under you and hit the ground running. Let me ask you, are you ready to graduate debt-free? There is a better way. Zach Wood raised $13,354 through traditional crowdfunding to attend Yale Summer College and help cover tuition. David Kravitz, a college graduate, was stuck in a dead-end job and wasn't going anywhere until he raised $19,000 to start his new business through traditional crowdfunding. Casey Wellesley, a 19-year-old Vanderbilt University student, raised a total of $50,220 from 1,126 internet donors on GoFundMe. You're probably wondering, just like I did when I read that, how am I going to find 1,126 donors? This is where our revolutionary world-class shared global crowdfunding platform makes all the difference. Now, with only a handful of like-minded students who follow your lead and do what you do, you can potentially reach hundreds and sometimes thousands of contributors in our intentional community. If you Google crowdfunding, you'll find there are over 500 crowdfunding websites on the internet. They all have three things in common. They all charge you a fee or a percentage of your donations for using their platforms, and they all require you to do all your own marketing. This means you'll have to contact hundreds, if not thousands of people through your own efforts to ask for contributions. And they all have time limits. So for the most part, you're pretty much on your own, and only a small percentage of people and projects actually get funded. But not anymore. Welcome to our intentional global community built upon our world-class shared crowdfunding platform. Our leveraged shared platform is different. There are no fees. There are no time limits. We share contributions globally within the community. No restrictions on projects and categories. Your project can potentially receive hundreds and possibly thousands of shared contributions it would have never received on any other crowdfunding website. On our shared platform, we support all legitimate projects as well as raising funds for college tuition. We voluntarily choose to contribute to other people's projects. In return, we can receive from an unlimited number of other crowdfunders from around the world. Truly, this is the spirit of people helping people. This presentation is a personal invitation for you to join our intentional community of crowdfunders and begin funding your dreams today. So, would you like to know how our shared crowdfunding donation distribution formula actually works? Well, it's important that you know this is not a business or income opportunity in any way. Our donation distribution formula is purely based on crowdfunding, and we make no claims or guarantees of contributions that your project will receive. Each individual's project success depends largely on his or her commitment, desire, and personal efforts. The following slides display a hypothetical mathematical example based on each project manager that joins will refer to other project managers that join, and they each make a $200 donation. Please note this is only a hypothetical example. In the real world, it will never happen in this manner. Some project managers will refer two, some one, some none, but some will refer many more. So each situation will be unique. Your total financial risk is only the initial contribution you donate to your referr's project, which is non-refundable and a personal choice. In this presentation, we just want to give you a taste of how our donation distribution formula works. We have other presentations that go into more detail. The most important thing to understand is that your efforts can be magnified and leveraged by participating in our shared global crowdfunding community. The following example is based on, as I said earlier, you're referring two project managers who each make a one-time contribution of $200 to your project. Each new project manager refers two additional project managers and each do the same. As additional contributions are received, every project manager steps up and progressively funds all 7 floors. Our platform is based on a give and then receive formula. By sharing contributions one time on each step with projects that came before you first, your project qualifies to receive contributions on the same corresponding generation steps from unlimited project managers that come after you in your community. There are 2 types of donations. One, you receive all your first floor contributions directly at 100%. That's up to $200. The second form is floors 2 through 7 are community contributions that are shared. And this is how it all looks. So follow my cursor. You can kind of see it, I think, on the screen there. Imagine that you're building a building with 7 floors and 3 steps on each floor. And here it is. These are the floors 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. All the way up to 7, and there are 3 steps on each floor. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And you can see the little man walking up all the stairs and going up all the floors. And you can see each step has a corresponding target donation that you want to receive. And we add them all up at the back here that shows all of what the whole floor is. And on the first floor it's a little different. We have what's called the accelerator, and it's for $40, and you can see step 1 is 10, then 50, and then 100, and when you add up all these 4 components it's $200. The next floors don't have the accelerator. That just helps everything going much more fast. So you can see that the next floor, second floor, is 320, and the next one is double that, 640, and it just keeps doubling until it gets to over $10,000, as you can see. So on this side of the page are the donations and contributions you're going to be giving to projects that came before you. On this side of the page are the ones that you receive potentially from projects that come after you. So this is what you offer and give, and this is what you can receive potentially. And so this is how it works. On the first floor, as we said, 100% is direct funding to you. On floors 2 through 7, it's a shared community funding, as it says here, from 2 to 7. And as you notice, it's 50% and 50%. So what that means is that 50% of the donations that come from people on these different levels and generations, as they make contributions to your project that follow after, these are following after you, you're going to get 50% of these contributions that you can see here. And the other 50% are shared with two other projects, the project manager that referred you and the project manager that referred them. It's split 25% to each of those. So this is how from floors 2 through 7, it's a 50-50 split in that way. So let's see how this all works. Here's the example. We said that you bring in two people that you introduce to our platform, and they make a $200 contribution to you, which is $400. And as you can see, that gives you $400, 2 times 200. Now, when you start stepping up, those two people that you each refer to in our hypothetical example, mathematical example, now there's 4 people here, because these two each found 2. And when they fund their second floor, when they fund that, what happens is that, as we said, the formula was that you get half of this, which is 320, half of that's 160, that's that 50% here, and you have 4 people, this gives you 640, and as you can see, you can take $300 out of the first contributions you received and share that with projects within the community to other projects that came before you, and this leaves you $80 towards your project, and you can share 320 forward. In the beginning, it's pretty steep. You have to share a lot. As it moves up, very small percentage, because the leverage of the multiplication becomes so strong. So as you can see here, you end up with this left if this 4 people all step up to their second floor. And as you keep going up, if these 4 people find 2 people each, you'll have 8 potential people here, and half of the 640, as remember this 50%, that's 320, and you can see you're now making a contribution on this side of 640, that's why it's in red, and this is what you're left with your project. And if you go up the next steps, as you can see on the 4th floor, it starts getting very exciting what you're left with potentially for your project. And we didn't put these numbers in because they get so big. It gets very big very quick. And what's so powerful about our formula is that you can actually, with this formula, raise tens to even hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's very powerful. Now, of course, you will want to start with a lot more than 2 people if you want to get to those levels, but this shows you how it works. Now, I also want to point out that we're only talking about this 50% to start with, and now we're going to go to the next slide and talk about this other 50%. As you can see, again, 50%, 50%. And when you add the contributions from the second 50% that's shared, because as people follow in this part after you with projects, you're going to be receiving this other 50% from those people as they develop. And it actually literally doubles the donations you saw on the page before. All those numbers actually double by adding this other 50% in. Very powerful. All funds received are immediately placed into your electronic wallet and are withdrawable through PayPal within 7 days. In addition, our proprietary software can be set up to automatically work 24/7 worldwide. It doesn't get any easier than this. You can start with a $50, $100, or $200 donation. We recommend $200 if you can. It's simple. Starting with a $200 contribution can help accelerate the funding of your project 4 times faster. Remember what the great motivational leader Zig Ziglar said? If you help enough other people get what they want, you will get what you want. This is the magic of our revolutionary shared donation distribution platform. We succeed in funding our projects by helping and supporting others to fund theirs. So, how many friends do you have on your phone directory? How many email contacts do you have on your laptop? How many friends do you have on Facebook? How many contacts on Twitter? How many on Instagram? On LinkedIn? Send a group text. Email your contacts. Post on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And you can set in motion an internet tidal wave around the world that may change your life forever. Instead of personally finding thousands to donate to your project, just introduce 12 people who want to participate in funding their own projects, especially their college loans. Remember, this is not sales. Rather, it's an invitation for others to raise money via crowdfunding to fund their own projects, their own student loans. Even if it takes 1 year to find 1 person per month, that gets you back to those 12, Or 3 months to find one person per week that wants to participate with you. Or better yet, finding all 12 in a week. You can succeed. It's just a matter of how fast things will develop. Fast track your success by simply emailing, texting, and Facebooking all your contacts with an invitation today. Finding 12 people to participate in a week is doable and will greatly accelerate your success. Join our global community of crowdfunders. Start today. Join for free. Add your college tuition project to our website. Make a small out-of-pocket contribution. Begin sharing your project with others. Help others do the same. Keep stepping up and sharing it forward. Harness the power of the crowd. Crowdfunding can happen very fast. Do you have one of these on your campus? Do you know of any other campuses with these? Crowds of like-minded students are everywhere with the exact same needs. Graduate debt-free. All you have to do is simply begin sharing. Start your project today by getting back to the person who was kind enough to share this presentation with you.